Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Gonna be doing another sit down and talk video. You guys seem to like these. I personally like making them, and I do think I can provide a solid amount of information. So as you can see by the title, this video I'm gonna be talking about how to actually achieve all of the goals that you set out for 2026. So for me personally, I last year, 2025, I set goals. I was obviously trading. I was a little bit more new to trading. I started trading in like I think April of 2024 or April of 2025, and I only started taking it seriously in August. So I set some pretty crazy goals, right? I was really ambitious and I thought I could achieve a lot. My goal was to make consistent six figures a month from just trading, to own a Z06 Corvette. Like I had some crazy goals, and I was 3 months into trading or 4 months into trading, like actually seriously. So that's the first thing is you cannot be setting these crazy. I know everyone says don't limit yourself, don't put boundaries. You can really achieve anything you put your mind to, which is true. But within 1 year from going from zero to making consistent six figures a month with trading is insanely ambitious and insanely unrealistic. So I personally I set way too ambitious goals because I saw people online talking about how you can be setting insanely ambitious goals. So that kind of cooked myself, right? Obviously, I haven't had a six figure month. I I do pull in five figures a month, which is honestly it wasn't even one of my goals. My goal was to make six figures a month, but obviously it's an insane goal and an insane achievement to be making five figures a month. But the way that you're going to actually achieve your goals is by first setting realistic goals, and then second, I think this is pretty common knowledge, but you cannot be purely focused on your goals. So what I did this year is instead of writing down my goals, I did write down the actual materialistic goals that I have, but what I did more importantly is write down all of the inputs that I need to do to actually achieve these goals. That is what I'm focused on this year. I'm not focused on hitting a six figure month. I'm focused on the actual inputs to get me to where I want to be. So for me personally, I'm going to give you guys an example. I want to be making consistently $50,000 to $60,000 a month this year. What I'm doing right now is like 10 to 30, right? So I want to be doing 50 to 60K consistently a month. That is one of the main goals I have, right? So the inputs that I have to do for that is one, I need to get more accounts. So right now, by the way, this is gonna be a bit personal. I'm not personal, but like I'm just telling you guys my situation. So for me right now, I have 8 accounts. I have 5 top step 50Ks and 3 alpha 50K zero accounts. With those 8 accounts, I'm making a solid amount of money. Like I said, 10 to 30K a month. And I do have a mentorship, and I'm gonna be transparent. I do not make a lot off mentorship, bro. I don't understand why people would think that. I'm not that big on social media. I really don't make that much from mentorship. Maybe $1,000 a month, maybe, or maybe a bit more, like maybe like $2,000 a month, right? So nothing crazy from my mentorship. Again, just being super transparent about everything. So my main goal is to just become allocated with more accounts. So right now, 8 accounts. I recently just bought 5 Lucid evals, 5 Lucid. I think it was like the flex accounts. And I'm going to be setting up my trade Copia, so my trade sinker soon. So hopefully I can get those Lucid accounts passed, and then I'll have 13 accounts all traded together, which again, I'm probably going to be going for 10K across the top steps, 10K on the Lucids, and then 5K on the 5K on the alphas, which is 25K a month from payouts. Plus, I'd probably do that twice. So that's what my thought process is, to do 2 payouts on all the accounts a month, and each cycle would be a 25K payout across all the accounts. So that is my inputs that I know I'm focused on to actually get me to where I want to be. And obviously, there's more to it than just having accounts. You have to obviously be trading well. You have to be trading with patience and discipline. When you're on 13 accounts, when you're funded with that much capital, it is kind of stressful. So you need to be able to manage your patience and manage your discipline very, very well to actually be able to win a lot of your trades without crashing out and emotionally trading. So what I do is I simply pray to God every single morning to help me with my patience, to help me with my discipline, and to help me get to a point where I can manage all of this capital without freaking out and without emotionally trading. So that is the inputs that I'm doing to get me to these $50,000-$60,000 months, right? So I'm focused on the inputs. I'm not focused on hitting 50K a month. I mean, essentially I am, but I'm focused on staying patient, staying disciplined, and doing what I need to do, and staying emotionally stable and praying to God so that I can actually be able to trade well with these 13 accounts. And then obviously I want to scale to more accounts. I want to get 5 take profit trader accounts. I want to keep adding to this allocation as the year goes on to eventually get me to that 6-figure month this year. I'm not putting a timeline. I don't need to hit a 6-figure month this year. I'm already doing well. I'm only 17 years old. I'm still in high school, so I don't need to be hitting 6 figures a month. But again, that is obviously one of my stretch goals, is to be able to hit that this year. But I'm not going to put a force on that. I'm just focused on the inputs, right? So you have to be completely just focused on the inputs. Do not attach yourself to the outputs. If you are completely focused on making $50,000 or $60,000 a month, and that is the main focus you have, when that month starts, it is February 1st right now, you are only going to be thinking about, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. And if you don't, you're going to force it. You're going to try to force trades and force things because you feel like you need to get that output, because you're attached to the output. You're not focused on the inputs, right? So that's the main thing, is to just focus only on the inputs. That's what's truly going to get you to that output, right? I think that's pretty common knowledge. So yeah, man, I think don't attach yourself to the money, bro, because again, that'll cook you. You'll start forcing trades. You'll do a bunch of things you don't want to do. One of the goals I have for 2026 is to get a lot closer to God, right? And it's the same exact process. I'm not focused on, I gotta get closer to God, I gotta get closer to God. That's not what's processing in my mind 24/7. What's processing is how I'm gonna get there. So I'm thinking about, okay, I gotta pray more. I got to become a better person, reflect God's brightness that He has on me to other people, meaning, be a good person. Because that's what God truly wants in this world, is for people to be good people. So that's one of the main inputs. Praying more, reading more, reading more of the Bible and stuff like that. Just really gaining a better understanding of God. So it's the same process for anything. Let me try to think of something else. Okay, hitting 315 on bench, right? If you're completely focused on just hitting 315, you're going to be trying to go for crazy numbers every single week. You're going to try to go for a higher number. Realistically, that's not really how it works. You need to be I don't know if you guys are familiar with gym stuff, but when you're trying to go for 315, you need to build up via reps. So you have to start, instead of trying to just go for a higher number each week because you're focused on 315, you need to focus on the inputs, meaning you have to focus on just being able to now rep out 225 for 8 or 10 reps. That is what's actually going to build the actual strength, and then you can start going for bigger numbers, right? Kind of hard to explain in that sense, but I hope you guys are able to understand what I'm trying to say here. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Inputs over outputs all day. So even in your journal, when you're writing down your goals, write down how you're going to do it instead of just the goals that you have. Because do not be unrealistic. You have to actually have the inputs that you have to have. You have to know the inputs that you're going to do. You have to have a plan. That's what's going to actually allow you to achieve it. Execute on the plan that you have. So that's it for the video, guys. I appreciate you for watching. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I will put the link in the description. If you guys want to join my free community, it is also in the description. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.